Welcome to Dice with Death, where anyone could die with the roll of a dice. I'm your humble dungeon master, Oli Bateman, and I'm joined by Jamie Powis, IGN's Amy Mallet, and WhatCulture.com's Adam Wilbourn. Hello, everybody. Say hi. Hi, guys.
Do I not get a place where I work at the moment? Is that...
You're an unemployed Jamie Powis. Humble beggar Jamie Powis.
And currently divorced Jamie Powis. Jamie, what would you like me to say before your name or after your name?
Convicted sex criminal Jamie Powis.
Piece of shit Jamie Powis.
Okay. I'm joined by piece of shit Jamie Powis.
Hi.
Hey.
Who's excited to play some Dungeons and Dragons today?
I'm excited, but also terrified. I don't want to be the one who's like, oh, yeah, I listened to that D&D podcast you did. You died in 20 minutes. What was all that about?
At your own hands. You killed yourself. You say nobody wants to be the first to go, do they? Nobody wants to be the first to go.
But you could do with the roll of a dice, because this is Dice with Death, a Dungeons and Dragons performative podcast. If you missed our session 0, I highly recommend you go back and listen to it to get the inside scoop on the world that we're diving into and the characters you've all created. So yeah, that's further down in your podcast feed with this podcast. But for now, shall we jump into the story?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. A pitch-black star-filled sky watches over the planets of solar system of Paalette. The vast expanse of the galaxies ahead are only dwarfed by the silence of space itself. We center on the planet of Azul. Rich greens and blues emanate where Azul's lands meets the ocean, and sharp greys pierce the clouds as mountainous isles lay steadfast amongst the high winds. We descend from space through the clouds, down the jagged edges of the precipices below, sweeping through the forests and eventually stone cities and towns, filled with salty sea air as we reach the coast. Waves lap themselves across the shore and spray and mist erode away the sand, only to return the millions of grains washed away to their rightful place moments later. We hear seagulls crying out for fish as fishermen pull in their evening catch. We hear the ringing of bells as supply ships enter and leave port, with destinations hundreds, thousands, and in some cases light years away. Welcome to the capital city of Ujian, bustling with merchant port trade. Humanoids of all races roam the streets selling their wares, looking to make a few gold just to get by. We turn to the main shipping area, where we see a huge vessel, a metal man-o'-war with cannon hatches bolted shut, disguised as a supply ship, leaving Port Uji in calm waters. We enter into the bowels of the ship, where Solar Navy crew members hurry to work amongst the engine room as the ship sets sail. Even further below deck, 2 armoured Solar Navy officers usher a prisoner down a 2-man corridor, adorned with thick steel beams and a thicker steel floor. They unlock the heavily barred door to the prisoner's quarters and shove the prisoner they're carrying with them forward into the opening of the cells. Amy, would you like to introduce your character, Zakaya, for us, please?
My character, Zakaya Rubbledusk, is a half-elf, half-human. She has long, wavy silver dreadlocks down to her back and ashen grey skin. She has a stump on her right arm where her prosthetic arm has been forcibly removed. She feels very self-conscious without it. She stands shivering, looking around like a feral creature.
Zakaya, I am going to tell you as well that, as well as not having your prosthetic arm on you right now, your other arm is there's a shackle on your wrist and it's chained around your waist. So as well as not having your prosthetic arm with you, your arm is across your torso and then wrapped around your body. So you are fully in shackles. You are a prisoner in this prison right now. And I'm going to immediately ask you, Zakaya, to give me a dex saving throw.
Is this our first roll?
This is first roll of the
This is
campaign.
First roll.
It's a D20, isn't it? Just warming myself up, Ollie. Yeah, cool. So much pressure when you know it's recorded. 18.
18. Amazing. Okay. Zakaya, you are thrown into the room with the might of 2 athletically strong naval officers. You gracefully spin in the air like a floor gymnast and land 20 feet away, facing them as they lock the door behind you. So they slam the door and then they walk away from the room, and you are just left in this prisoner's quarters. What would you like to do?
Give me back my arm, you pricks! I bang on the door a few times. I run from side to side. The rocking of the ship is making me super queasy because I had quite a rough night of drinking. And I feel like I'm a wild animal in a cage. I absolutely hate it. And I'm clawing at everything around me, trying to figure out how I can escape.
You
I mean, I can't really claw. I'm gnashing because my arm is in chains.
You see the two solar naval officers who have just thrown you into the room and walk away, kind of look back at you with a bit of disgust and walk away. That's it. You're in the prisoners' quarters. They need not to deal with you anymore. Make me a perception check.
So +3, right? So 17.
You see in the room that you're in, you see a 60-foot wooden clad room full of humanoid prisoners. There are some congregated together, making quiet conversation, while others sit there staring at the wall ahead of them. Towards the back of the room, you see a metal cage that houses some of the prisoners considered far more dangerous than the ones out here with you in the bullpen.
Okay. So I lightly approach and I try to make eye contact with one of them. One of the
Okay.
particularly freaky looking, red eyed monster men, kind of a big hairy fellow of a race that I don't know, looks in my direction and I immediately look away.
Okay. So yeah, you from the door where you've been thrown into,
Mm,
you move 40 feet towards the back of the room where these cell doors are, where all the really bad prisoners are kept. And
mm,
as you walk through, you kind of feel a sense of it's real unease because having been so all your life, you're a half elf. You're incredibly rare as a race. There are humanoid criminals there looking at you a bit sheepishly, a bit very wary of you because some of them have never seen a half elf in their life. But
mm.
as you approach the back of the room and you look in through this metal gate, you lock eyes with a huge, 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 huge Goliath who is
Here
sat
he is.
cross-legged on the floor, bound in chains to the floor. Adam, would you like to introduce your character, Titus, for us, please?
I am Titus Thunder Bastard Caligarvey, and I'm here to fuck shit up. No, I am a Goliath, as Ollie just mentioned there. 7.5 foot tall, 300 pounds, grey skin with like weird dark patches. They're not tattoos; they're just naturally occurring dark patches. In fact, the one across my back looks a little bit like a lightning bolt, because you all know what follows lightning, and that's the Thunder Bastard. Uh, got sort of weird, I think they're called lithoderms. They're sort of bony growths across my shoulders. My shoulders are slightly covered by my wrestling singlet, the straps of which go over my shoulders. You'll see what happens with that a little bit later on if we get into any bother. I've got what can only be described as very manly Ugg boots on.
The manliest.
and a sort of utility belt over an animal skin, sort of quite ragged kilt. What animal is it? Who knows? I don't remember what I killed to make this. But yes, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't know why I was put in here, and this shifty looking half elf, I feel like could be my route out of here, especially considering I've got my trusty toothpick with me as well.
Very nice. So yeah, Zakaiya, you approach this cage. You see Titus, he's sat cross-legged on the floor, but only because he's 7.5 feet tall. He'd be too tall for the prison cell, and he's
Mm,
bound in chains. Like they are chaining him to where he sits because they know that, or at least you think from first glance at him, that this is a very dangerous criminal. What would you both like to do?
What's that thing in your face? Oh, it's always so tough getting started, isn't it? Until you know the characters. Oh, right.
This is my trusty toothpick. And who, may I ask, are you?
Sorry, I was just laughing at the thunder tattoo. The lightning tattoo is great.
It's like a tramp stamp, isn't it?
It
That's
is.
what it is.
That's what I'm picturing on his lower back. Sorry, right. I'll get into
Note to self, wring the neck of the first bird person that I meet. Yeah.
I'm looking to choke a parrot today.
Is that a euphemism? Is that a euphemism?
Probably.
Same, Amy. Same.
So yeah, Zakira and Titus, you've locked eyes. What are you going to do apart from introduce yourself to each other and diss each other's back tattoos?
Yeah, I'm going to say, you are massive. How long have you been in there?
It's been hours I've been stuck down here. I don't know. I don't even deserve to be here. I haven't done anything wrong.
Not according to this place. You're like one of the dangerous ones?
That's just because I'm bloody massive and my name's Thunder Bastard. I think they've really sort of taken things out of context here. We shouldn't be on this ship. We need to get out of here. You look like someone who doesn't deserve to be here either. Where's your arm gone as well? Have they taken, like, they weren't... How did you lose your arm? I mean, everyone's thinking it.
Stop. I'm sick of everyone staring at me. I want my arm back. I need to get out of here. And people like you are not helping.
As Zakira and Titus are talking, you hear a group of footsteps approach you from behind. The leader of this small rabble steps up to you, Zakira, and says, "Those are some nice boots you got there, half-elf." And as he says that, he peers round you and looks at Titus and goes, "Oh, wow, those are some even nicer boots you've got there, Goliath. Well, me and the boys here think they'd look much better on me. Think they'd suit my frame a lot better than you." All three of the impoverished-looking criminals unsheath sharpened sporks from their Hessian sacks.
Right, well, these first of all, these boots will not fit your feet, so I don't even know why you're even eyeing these things up, okay? Just leave me alone. You do not want to handle.
They fit me. No, mate, they fit me, no problem. And no matter what, you're going to give them to me, or this girl's going to get it. And he raises his spork as if he's going to ready to attack you, Zakira.
This girl thinks those boots would look better up your arse.
He says, "Very clever of you, love a bit of wordplay." And he says, "Hand him over and we won't make this complicated for you."
What was your name? Goliath, dude?
I am Titus Thunder Bastard Caligarvey, and it sounds like someone's itching for a fight.
I mean, I didn't want your life story, just your first name would do. Cool. All right. How are we going to get out of this? Can you move? Can you kind of because he's going to kill me. He wants your boots.
Move? Watch this.
He's got a spork.
As you're talking, these criminals with sporks in hand have kind of fanned out. So there's four of them, and they've kind of made a semicircle around you, Zakira.
Ah, shit. If only I had my my object that can cast spells.
Jamie,
Yeah.
roll me a perception check. In fact, no, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 14.
14. You see exactly what's going on right now.
Cool. I am going to stand up from where I am.
No, please don't die.
Yeah.
Gently.
Take your time.
I'm going to gradually stand up, hobble over to see what's happening.
Hobble over.
Jamie, would you like to introduce your character, Ark, for us, please?
I am Ark, and I'm an Aarakocran. I'm about 5 foot tall, and I'm covered in immaculately kept patterned brown feathers. I've got some huge wings, but I've got them really tightly held to my back. I've got bright yellow curved beak and big yellow eyes. I'm wearing a robe that covers some of my body with just my hands and feet visible, but they're more like talons. I've got 5 fingers on each, and they end in really sharp claws. And as I walk to you, you see me leaning heavily on my walking stick, which is made from a rich, dark-coloured wood and has a clear crystal in the handle.
One of these criminals turns around and say, "Here, what do you want, Birdman?"
I'm just going to keep look at him, twitch my head a bit, and just keep walking and move towards the center of that circle.
Okay, you move towards the center. Hey, what do you think? Are you pushing past them?
Yep.
Okay, hey, what do you think? What are you doing? They raise their sporks towards you and they say, we'll fucking cut you. We'll fucking cut you, bird boy. Get away. What the fuck do you want?
I am just going to stare at him.
I'm gonna lock eyes with Ark and just go, psst, they've got sporks. What are you doing?
I'm gonna rattle my wings, but I assume they're all tied up behind me.
Yes, one thing that you guys would have noticed and seen is that even though Jamie's character, Ark, is an Aarakocran, his wings are completely bound by mithril chains, exactly like Titus is bound to the floor, but Ark cannot extend his wings where he is right now and how he ended up.
Ollie, since we're on a boat, I feel like these chains that are holding me down may have become slightly rusty over the years. Is there any way I can flex my way out of them, or at least attempt to?
You can roll me a strength check if you want to do me an athletics check to see if you can break free from these chains.
Okay. First roll, everyone. Here we go. This is going to set the bar of where we go from here.
Yeah.
Okay. I lock eyes with the man who's eyeing up the boots and say, all right, fuck this. 22 strength check.
22? You got a 22?
Yeah, I got is that right? 16 plus my athletics bonus. Is that right?
That's it, yeah. And if you're proficient in that, which I guess you are, being a Goliath, and 22. Okay. Titus, you successfully break out of half of these chains. So actually, your right arm, through flexing and core strength, is now completely free. You're still bound by the other half of you, but you've broken out half of you from these chains.
But I'm right in thinking I'm still behind a set of bars, aren't I?
You're still behind a set of bars right now, yes.
Can I reach down to the left side of me and rip the chains out of the floor, or is that all a bit too much?
No, you can totally try and do that. You want to do that? Roll me an athletics check.
Come on, that was a solid start. Don't make yourself look stupid now, Titus.
He says this aloud.
He says this as, by the way, just to give you a sense of what's going on as the dice rolls under the table.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
What I do love is that everyone, I thought it was going to be just me, and I'm relieved it's not, does the little math silence. You know, when you just kind of go, and then I shall do this, and then you just hear, and then 7, and then 3.
Yep. 17.
17. Oh, mate. Titus, it's not enough to break you free from the other chains.
Damn it.
You are pulling on these chains, and you do see that the pins that are holding these chains down kind of pull out a little bit from the metal studs that are in the floor. So you have loosened them, but you are not yet free.
Okay. Be with you in a minute. Just hold on there.
Can I look at the lead Cockney guy?
You certainly
Cockney guy.
He is Cockney.
Yeah.
And just say to him, do you want to die here?
Damn, Birdman's got claws.
He kind of he steps up to you and gets nose to beak with you and says, "What did you say to me, bird brain?"
So I'm gonna look up at him and say, do you want to die here today?
As he goes to answer, suddenly an alarm starts to wail on the ship. You hear hundreds of footsteps from the decks above you hurry into offensive positions. Moments later, the sounds of cannon fire from within the ship rattle and blast out towards the sea. This siren is it's so loud, it's almost like hands over ears loud. But you hear when the cannons fire, no smash or splash of the cannon ammunition hitting any kind of object. Then silence. Everybody go ahead and make me dexterity saves, please.
Okay, so 19.
19.
Yeah, plus 2. Yeah.
Ark, what did you get?
I got 19.
19. Okay. And Titus?
18.
18. Okay. Oh, this is
I feel
good.
like I'm using up all my good rolls. And then we're going to get into combat.
Get him out early.
Yeah, so you hear this You hear cannon fire and you hear it hit nothing, and then absolute silence. Suddenly, you move out the way just in time as a huge ammunition round the size of a horse-drawn cart blasts through the side of the ship, missing you guys, but crushing the criminal gang in its wake. Yeah, you guys got a 19, so that's fine. You made the dexterity save, so that's cool. You now have this ammunition round that is just sticking into the side of the ship. The room is in pieces. There are prisoners who have been crushed to death, scattered all over the place. And in the seconds after the dust has settled, a huge orange tentacle starts to invade the room through a newly created hole as water starts to gush into the hull of the ship. You now have a giant octopus tentacle invading the side of the ship. Everybody, go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's fight, baby. Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, 13.
Arc rolled 11.
We all knew it was coming. Nat 1, baby.
Yeah.
Ah, he hasn't realised anything's happening.
It's just. Also, I just want to point out. Normally, I'm not sure if you can pick this up. Can you hear this? Like the roll there? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pretty clear.
Yeah.
I went to roll it, and it basically just landed on 1. Like it didn't roll at all. It's like, go fuck yourself. So that 1 for me.
Let's get into some hentai. Whatever that is, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, of course. You say this as the tentacle starts to invade up your tunic. Right. So, unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, Zakai with a 13, you rolled the highest initiative, so you do get to go first. What do you want to do? You have this orange tentacle which is kind of invading the room and actually blocking you from getting to the other side of the room where you assume the exit is. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm quite acrobatic, quite athletic. Is there any chance I could nimbly run, make a beeline for the other end of the room, and kind of vault myself over the tentacle, dodging it as I land and power slide to the exit?
You are 40 foot right now from the end of the room, so you can move up to 30 feet, so I'll let you do that. But to vault over this pulsing, veiny tentacle which has invaded the room...
Which I have no intention of touching, believe me.
You are going to vault over it, so you are going to put a whole hand on that veiny tentacle, just so you know. So you're going to use your movement to move, and then I'm going to ask you to make a... How are you doing this? How are you trying to get over this tentacle?
I mean, I'm seeing the tentacle sort of like slapped essentially inside the ship room, and it's kind of writhing around and sort of moving. And I think if I try and make a beeline for the exit, that tentacle is going to try and grab me. But if I'm quick enough, I can vault over it or slide under it. Basically, just dodge that tentacle and get out the other side.
Okay, so if I will let you use acrobatics if you want, or do an athletics check to get over this orange veiny tentacle.
Orange veiny tentacle. I will use my athletics.
So roll a d20 and then add your athletics.
I got 6. Basically, the octopus has probably put some gunge on the floor or something, and I've just slipped right on that, and Takeshi's castled all the way into a fail.
What actually happens to you, Zakaya, is you run towards this orange tentacle thinking that you're going to vault over it. Like a floor gymnast, when you entered the room, you spun around and landed 20 feet away from the... No, you run straight into one of the giant suckers that are on the tentacle of this arm.
Oh.
And it doesn't fully envelop you, but it's got hold of you. You've moved 15 feet, but you are currently grappled.
Oh my god, this just gets worse for me.
Yeah. You still have action and bonus action because you've used your movement, and that's it. So you could still punch it if you wanted to.
I mean, but isn't my arm bound though?
Your arm is completely bound. I guess you could try and body slam this thing, but it's up to you.
I could headbutt it. We all know how well that works. Let's have a look at my bonus actions. I think I'll do what Zakaya would do. I'll bite it. I'll just sink my teeth into that big, orange, girthy tentacle.
Amazing. Roll to hit with a bite attack.
I got 5 plus 4, which is 9. So...
You bite your own lip.
yeah, you know that thing you do sometimes where you catch your own cheek?
You try and bite into this this sucker on this giant octopus, and yeah, you bite your own lip, and ow!
Steak! I'm hungover as well. I mean, Titus, you were worried you were going to make a tit out yourself.
No, not to like expose this too much. I really don't feel like going on a quest with this person who I've just watched face plant into a sucker and then bite her own cheek. There's a bird person who looks like he's going to keel over any second.
You are definitely like the glue that's holding this team together at this point, and you've got a tramp stamp of a Harry Potter scar, mate. Oh, there we go.
Zakaya, that is the end of your turn. Ark, you are up next. What would you like to do?
Okay, I am gonna reach my hands through the bars, and I'm gonna cast Guidance on Titus. Ooh. So, Guidance is a cantrip. So you touch one willing creature. Once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice, such as Strength, maybe. It can roll the die before or after making the ability check, then the spell ends.
Amazing.
So there's my action. I am... Yeah, no, I'm going to stay back by that cage.
Okay, so Ark has seen what Zakaya has done, running headfirst into an orange tentacle sucker and getting stuck in the bows of the ship, which is absolutely in pieces. There are dead criminals everywhere, and you just see this half-elf flailing around on an orange veiny tentacle, and you stay back.
Whilst going, oh, fucking cheek.
You stay back. Is there anything else you want to do, Ark?
I've used my action, unless you'll let me try and wriggle out of my chains, my wings, see if I can do anything with that.
Go on then. Seeing as this is your first round, I'll let you do a strength saving throw to see if you can burst your wings out of these mithril chains.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 19.
Nice.
19. So close. You budge your wings, you pulse them on your back as if, you're incredibly experienced at flying, and you know that your wings can extend with just a thought, and nothing happens. They pulse and they're still chained, they're still strapped down, tied around your body.
Cool. Fine, I'll end my turn.
I tried.
Titus, you're up, buddy.
I take it the thing that killed everyone hasn't really done any damage to my cage / chains.
Roll me an insight check.
13.
You can tell that from the ammunition round, this huge ammunition round that has been fired from the ship, and the tentacle kind of entering into the room, that these cell doors look like some of them have come off their hinges slightly.
Aha. But I'm still half shackled to the floor, aren't I?
You certainly are.
I reckon I need to go above 20, basically, to break out of these chains. So we'll see how we go. So can I try and do what I did before, where I reach my right hand over and try and tear the rest of the chains that were shackling me to the floor on my left-hand side, please, Ollie?
Roll me an athletics check.
11. So we won't be using that roll, Jamie, just quite yet.
So even though you got an 11, the chains have been loosened enough that you pull these chains out of the ground and you're free from these chains that were holding you to the floor. You rip them out of this metal floor, and Titus, you are free.
Time to headbutt a door, I think. So I don't know how far. What I'd like to do in my mind is basically I sort of rise up and take. I don't know how close I am to the door, but in my mind I'd like to take one step with my left foot forward, and using that motion, just headbutt the door. Is that possible?
Yeah, totally. Roll to hit this metal cell door.
Okay.
Go on, Titus. Do it for me. Please.
Please let this go. I don't want to look uncool in front of my new friend. Please. I don't want to, give myself a concussion.
The position has been filled, Titus.
10.
10. You just do it.
I'll take it.
You just do it. These cell doors have been weakened so much and buckled so much at the hinges that even though your headbutt is at half strength right now, you smash this door off its hinges, and it flies to the floor, kind of in and amongst where all these dead criminals are, and at the feet of Zakaya, who's stuck in this tentacle. So yeah, you've smashed this door off its hinges.
Okay, what can I still do this turn? I don't want to...
You've still got movement, and you used your bonus action to rip the chains up. You've used your action to hit the cell door. So you've got movement, but that's it.
I don't think it's a good idea to move any closer to the tentacles, considering what's happening to my new friend. So I suppose I'll just stay where I am. I'm presume I'm stood pretty much right next to Art.
I just love the fact that we're just sitting, standing there watching what's happening. Like this poor half elf.
Stay back.
So I all I'd like to do is sort of turn to look at Art, and then sort of gesture with my head towards Zach to be like, get a load of this, and then end my turn, please.
Amazing. So yeah, you gesture towards Art. We should probably do something about this, maybe, or let this consume her. I don't know. I don't know her very well. It is the turn of the tentacle, and what the tentacle is going to do is the tentacle is going to squirt ink, make an ink cloud. So this is in a 20-foot radius. It extends around the octopus arm, and any area that it hits is heavily obscured for a whole minute. So you suddenly see Zakaya disappear into an ink cloud.
Well, guess that's her dead then.
At least I can't see my shame.
Like Sean Connery is here, isn't it?
I know, it's great. I'm actually getting a slight ulcer myself doing it.
Zakaya, that's your go.
Oh, Christ. Well, I mean, I tried to start this off so cool and mysterious. Gone straight into the clown. Oli, breaking character 1 sec. Can I don't have druidic focus, do I? That's part of my gear.
You don't have your druidic focus yet, but
right.
you can still cast spells. They'll just be at disadvantage, and I will decide the disadvantage depending on what you're trying to do.
I wish I'd known that before I tried to bite a sodding octopus. I was just thinking about, can I potentially use my first level speak with animals? Do I need the druidic focus for that? Ooh. Or can I talk to this thing and be like, mate, what the fuck? Let me go.
Zakaya, this is fucking sick. Do it. Do it up.
So casting time is 1 action. That's cool. I get that. Duration is 10 minutes. Apparently that's how long a phone call costs between an animal and a person. You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence.
Zakaya, you cast Speak with Animals? That's what you're casting?
Yep, I am.
You cast Speak with Animals. Yeah, you can now commune with this giant orange tentacle octopus arm.
Dude, what gives? Have you had a bad day? Believe me, we've had a worse day. What are you doing?
Oh, hey there. I'm just this ship was it was coming into our territory, and that doesn't agree with the peace treaty that the humanoids signed years and years ago. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to sink this ship. Are you stuck in one of my suckers?
Well, I mean, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? Yes, I am indeed stuck in one of your suckers. But hey, we don't like the humanoids either. They shoved us in this prison. All I did was stop them from kicking some poor innocent dogs, and I got arrested. So I'm friend to animal kind. You should let me and my awkward companions that I kind of feel like probably don't want anything to do with me now anyway. You should let us go. Please, you can help us. We'll get this ship out of your water. Or just let it sink. Who knows? Just spare us, please.
Zakaya, roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Cool. And remind me, with advantage means...
2 d20s. Take the higher
2
one.
d20s. Got you. Okay, 18. Plus, I've got a persuasion plus of 1, so 18.
Sorry, say that again. That was 18 plus 1, 19.
Yeah, sorry, 19. I don't know if I said 18. Yeah, 19.
You said 18,
18 plus 1.
18.
Maths. Sorry, I was so excited by the prospect of talking to an octopus. Sorry, I meant 19. I must have just read it again. Quick maths. 2 plus 2
Everyday man's on the block.
There you go. Yeah, 19.
Amazing. So 19. Yeah, this orange tentacle starts to kind of for a better word, it starts to go flaccid. And it starts to eke its way back out of the hole that it came from, and you just hear a, "Oh, I'm sorry." As this tentacle leaves, he goes, "Is it just you that I should be wary of, or are there others with you who are just like you and good?"
There are others with me, and I think they're friends to animals, given that one of them is an animal, and the other one, I mean, I'm not so sure about the big guy, but hey...
Ignore the animal kilt I'm wearing.
That was a gift, you know, he didn't do that himself. He would have returned it, but he didn't have a receipt.
Oh, what animal pelt is he wearing?
So I kind of look across at Titus and I go, Goliath dude, what's your pelt? What is it from?
I'm not sure if you just saw there. I headbutted a door off its hinges, but I genuinely don't know.
No, that was really, really cool. I saw that happen. Yeah, well done.
But remember,
no,
you can't talk to him, so I've got to translate in between. So I'm like, he says that was cool. He said it was sick. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
He says that's fine. So there's 3 of you?
Yeah, there's 3 of us.
Okay, I'll let you 3 by. And then you feel this flaccid tentacle leave the room, and you are unsucked from this sucker on the tentacle, and the ink cloud disperses and is completely gone. So now there's just this big ammunition round in the room with lots of dead people, and this tentacle has exited the room.
Question, are we the only people? Because there were loads of prisoners. There were people in the more dangerous sort of D-block Alcatraz area, and then there were the people who were just regular human beings. Are we the only survivors?
There are quite a few criminals around on the ground, but they're not that high level enough to have survived anything. So the ones that are alive are kind of in the corner in their little Hessian sack loincloths, just crying. All the big scary guys who are in the back have just kind of fallen on the floor. They didn't survive their dexterity save, so they're all prone on the floor waiting to kind of get up. Titus has made very good attempts at getting out in time before these big guys get up. So yeah, you're not the only people in the room.
I suggest we probably get out of here, considering the cell that I was in sounded like it wasn't filled with the best people, and I was just in there because I was 7 foot tall, so...
Yeah, I'm also thinking, have I been a bit of a douche by telling the octopus that there were only 3 of us? If all these other people are alive, is he just going to have a feast now on all these other people?
As you think that, or as you say that out loud, you see all these heinous criminals stand up behind Titus and go, "Let's fucking kill these guys!"
Okay, I'm going to get back on the blower to the octopus and tell him to have them. Okay? I'm going to speak with the octopus if he's still nearby. Can I do that still, or is he gone?
Yeah. No, he's
Okay.
This is a giant octopus. He's huge. He's like half the size of the ship. So he is very much still outside the ship.
Okay. Hey, octopus. I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, my name? Probably should have written a name down for this giant octopus, shouldn't I? My name's Squiddy.
Okay. Hey, Squiddy. These guys are trying to harm you and all the other octopuses in the sea. Octopi or octopiece? I don't know. I'm not educated, but
I think it's octopi.
okay. We'll go with octopi. They're trying to harm all the octopi. So, can you help? Can you drag these guys with your tentacles?
Well, they're doing more than trying to harm the octopi. They're desecrating the treaty that us and the merfolk put together over 20 years ago, and they're trespassing in our territory. Yes. Who would you like me to hurt?
That was the most adorable way of saying, who would you like me to maim? So there's how many Oli in the crowd?
There's 4 like gigantic criminals who, I say gigantic, Titus. They're all 8 feet tall and make you feel slightly smaller than you actually are.
What? Titus?
But they can't properly stand up because it's a tiny cell. Like, it stood up, you're bending down a good 1.5 feet right now. But yeah, there's 4 of them.
Okay. Can you grab gigantic criminal number 3?
Roll me. In fact, no, you don't need to roll because you rolled your persuasion check earlier. That's fine. This octopus will do that on its turn. It's Ark's turn right now.
I'm just staring. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
You do have 4 incredibly burly criminals who have just stood up behind Titus, and you're within 5 feet of Titus right now.
Okay. How far away are these criminals?
They are, I want to say the closest one to you is 10 foot. The furthest away is about 20 foot away from you.
I would, because I've got this thing where I like to walk in the centre of people. I am going to walk into that group.
Yeah, that's fine. So you can, if you go to
Cool.
if you walk in the center, if you go to the criminal furthest away from you, Titus will be out of your area of effect spell, whatever it is you're about to do.
Cool. I'm going to channel divinity and channel destructive wrath, which is I can use my channel divinity to wield the power of the storm with unchecked ferocity. So when I roll lightning damage or thunder damage,
Did someone say thunder? Oh, no, sorry.
I deal maximum damage, whatever happens. So I'm going to cast Thunder Wave. So that is a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay. 4 of these guys. Con saves coming up.
Has to be a 14.
2 pass, 2 fail.
Cool. So the 2 that fail take 16 thunder damage, and they're pushed 10 foot away.
Okay.
Jesus.
And if they have succeeded, they just take 8 damage, and they aren't pushed. Just also
Okay.
any unsecured objects that are in range as well, they go flying as well.
Wow.
Okay, apart from... this is what happens when Ark casts this spell. You push 2 of these guys back, full on into the wall. They're dead. Absolutely. Like, the damage from the thunder damage is enough to kill them, but hitting the shrapnel that is in the room, like, absolutely severs their torso and almost decapitates their heads off. This is super bloody first encounter with this old bird person. And the other 2, they take this damage and they look incredibly angry. They look like in cartoons, when the kid sticks his finger in the socket and the hair stands on end. That's what they look like.
Like the
so
wet
you have
bandit
these
towards the end of Home Alone. It's like completely fucked.
exactly. So you have 2 dead massive criminals and 2 very hurt criminals who are standing there looking very angry at you.
Cool. I'm just going to turn and face those 2 criminals, and that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Titus, you're up.
So are these 2 criminals, are they facing, or have they got their back to me now?
you headbutted the cell door, so you're looking out of the cell door towards where Zakaya was with the tentacle. But you can fully turn around just to look at them if you want.
Yeah, I think I want to spear them. Is that possible?
You want to spear one of them or both of them?
Well, that was my thinking. Is if I can sort of, like a rugby tackle, but with my arms just spread as wide as possible, trying to potentially.
Oh, so you want to double clothesline these guys?
Yeah, actually, yeah. On the second thoughts, that'd be a good idea, especially if they're slightly injured and they're slightly taller than me, which kind of pisses me off.
Yeah,
that's triggered him, that, isn't it?
It's not very often like Goliaths get small man syndrome, but I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah, if you want to try and double clothesline, like I'll let you clothesline somebody. Just one single criminal, just as a normal roll. If you wanted to double clothesline these guys, you'd be rolling your attack with disadvantage.
I think. Am I aware that because I do kind of want to see one of them dragged to sea by our new, what's his name?
Squiddy, wasn't it?
Squiddy, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Squiddy.
So I do kind of want to see them dragged to their doom. So maybe I'll just clothesline one of them instead.
Okay, cool. Yeah, do it up. Roll to hit with the clothesline.
13.
13. You just managed to clothesline one of them. You get him. You're scraping by, but you get him straight in the chest, and he goes down. He hits the floor, proper professional wrestler style, knows how to hit the mat, but takes damage as a result. Roll your damage for it.
Now, damage. What am I rolling here? Is this
1d6 plus 2.
Very nearly asked what a d6 was, which is, of course, a normal dice.
It's a bloody dice, Adam. It's a bloody dice.
Right, here we go. 5.
5 damage. You kill this guy. As soon as his head hits the canvas, the back of his head just absolutely ruptures and he is dead. He's not out cold. He is fully dead.
Oh my god.
I'd just like to, as part of my final part of this go, that's all my actions and stuff, isn't it? And I'm obviously not raging, so I don't want to use my bow. I haven't got a bonus action. I just want to look at the other. 3 of his mates are now dead. I'd just like to look at the other person and just put the toothpick to the side of my mouth and just wink at him. Because I know what's fucking coming. And his name's Squiddy, and he's my new best friend.
Roll me a intimidation check.
Oh, I'm good at intimidation. I've got a +4 on this. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. If I fuck this up, am I just gonna blink at him, or the toothpick's gonna fall out of my mouth?
You're gonna have a stroke, and then the toothpick's gonna just drop.
Shout out to the 2 crew, so that's a 6 overall.
Wow.
No. He looks you dead in the eye, doesn't look very amused, and says, "Well, I think I'm gonna get out of here then. See you later." And he starts to walk out the cage.
Is he walking out of our range?
He is leaving Titus's range, yeah.
Yeah, but he's still in Squiddy's range.
I'm gonna say, what about
Am I right? Squiddy got out of range. He got all those arms.
I think what Ark is trying to say here, Titus, is that you have an opportunity attack you can do on this guy.
Ah, yes.
If you so wish.
But it might take the beautiful Squiddy moment.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be really awkward if Squiddy goes and then he's like, "Oh, where's the guy?"
I don't want to rain on Squiddy's parade.
But if Squiddy misses, we've built this up so much.
Ark, if Squiddy misses, I mean, come the
Squiddy,
fuck on.
I don't think Squiddy misses.
He's got 8 chances.
I forgot that Squiddy never misses, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, hi guys. Yeah, I never miss. Yeah, no, I never miss. Titus, what are you doing?
Can I shout at the guy to try and keep him in the boat bit? I've got a riddle for him.
Titus.
I've got a riddle that's going to make him confused and hopefully keep him in Squiddy's range.
Okay, I would not normally allow this because you've taken all of your actions, including a few free actions by now. But no, don't apologize. Oh, Titus, you've taken so many free actions, but the rule of cool is going to prevail. Roll me a performance check.
Ooh.
Roll me a performance check with advantage.
Oh, brilliant. So that's two D20s and I take the higher one, yes?
That's it.
Okay. Don't screw this up, Thunder Bastard. Come on. 21.
Titus, tell me exactly what you do.
I want to take the toothpick out of my mouth so he can hear me nice and clearly. I want to say, hey, guy, do you know how many tickles it takes to make an octopus laugh?
You hear him say, what? And then you see this tentacle come through the hole, wrap itself around this guy, strangle him, like absolutely, like take all the air out of his lungs, and then you just, in a split second, you see him disappear from the space that he was in, out the hole, and you just hear, ah!
Just as his head disappears out of the ship, flick the toothpick, not straight into my mouth, up into the air, catch it perfectly on my bottom lip, and it's sticking out the right hand side of my mouth, and I just say, tentacles. I don't know if it's possible to get. Is it the Who?
I'll put it in post. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes, so much yes.
Oh, keep this bit in as well.
Titus, for doing such a brilliant role and also helping your friend out Squiddy to make his thing even more cooler. Whatever, for the next 24 hours, you get to have advantage to whatever role you want. Like once.
Oh, mate.
Oh, yes.
Also, not being funny, who's Squiddy's friend? You haven't even spoke to him. You haven't said one word to him.
Anyway, you guys are out of combat. Everybody in this room is completely and utterly dead. Squiddy's tentacle has gone back out of the hole in the side. There's just this big carriage. And with your passive perceptions, which Ark, you've got a 14, so you would see this anyway. On the other side of the room, where the main cell door is that Zakaiya was thrown through, you can see that it's buckled off its hinges and looks like you could open it.
Sweet. Okay, let's get out of here, guys. Squiddy, do you want to join our squad?
I'm kind of a one-man machine myself, but I'll be part of the gang. What's your name of your gang?
Oh, damn, guys. Give me a gang name.
Squiddy 3. The Squiddy 3.
Squiddy 3. No, we don't want to say Squiddy 3. We're just whispering, obviously, like he can't hear us anyway. We don't want to say Squiddy 3 because he'll think that we're, building it around him. We were already a gang.
You guys have been whispering for an awfully long time. I'm right here. You can talk to me, How about Squiddy and the Humanoids?
Actually, that's a sick name for a band. Yes, Squiddy and the Humanoids. Cool.
You see the
Coming
orange
soon.
tentacle come back into the ship and somehow with a single tentacle make the rock horns with its single tentacle.
Does Squiddy and the humanoids sound a little bit too much like Squiddy and the hemorrhoids?
I mean, only you've made that connection, Ark. Okay, you had to bum hold it up. No one else.
No wonder Ark walked with a limp. Eh?
Oh.
Anyway, Squiddy then says, "Well, thanks, guys. I'm going to go and destroy the rest of the ship, but you should get to one of the escape hatches. Okay, bye." And you see the tentacle exit out the hole of the side of the hull.
Yeah, we gotta go, guys.
Is there any way we can look? Because I assume they've taken our stuff off as we've been put in the cells. So, is it worth attempting to search for our gear that they took off us?
Yeah, because we don't want it to sink and all of our gear go. That prosthetic arm was one of a kind.
Yeah. You still haven't told us how you lost the arm, but we'll get. Let's not concentrate on that right now.
Hot tub time machine, remember? There'll always be a moment.
Can I try and free my wings?
Yeah, go for it.
Please.
Give me a What am I going to give you for this? What did you try last time? Was it just athletics?
It was strength.
It was just strength. Give me a straight strength check.
Okay. I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1 on my d20 and a 1 with the 4. So, that's a 2 overall.
Amazing. But of course, you rolled a critical fail. So something should happen here.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
You pulse with your wings to try and free yourself from these mithril chains that are bounding you, that are keeping you from being Ark, this soaring, flying Aarakocra. With a critical fail of a nat 1, you try and burst so hard out of these mithril chains that you actually strain one of your wings. So much so
Oh.
that if you were to break out of these chains now, you wouldn't be able to fly for 24 hours because of the injury that you've caused to yourself.
Okay, cool.
Really thought you were going to shit yourself then, to be honest.
And
Yeah,
a little bit of white bird poo comes out of your tunic.
That's fine.
And normally you'd be able to shake your feathers and like get it off you, but now it's just going to hang there. You know?
Shall I try headbutting these chains? This is a good idea. It seems to have worked with a few other things.
I think we just leave the chains for the time being on my back. That's fine.
Yeah, you've already hurt your wing. Let's not cause you more agony.
Just accidentally headbutt him in the back of the head and kill him.
So what are you all doing?
Let's try and find our stuff.
Yes.
So what type of ship is this? Is this a navy ship?
This is a naval battleship. It is
Okay.
it's 2,000 feet long, and it is armored to the teeth. Although it was meant to be disguised as a supply ship. So yeah.
Would I, with my past, would I know the rough layout of a ship like this?
Would you? The past that these guys, that Titus and Zakaya don't know about just yet. Would you know the layout? I think you would have an inkling. You have a military background, so you're very aware of military vehicles. Something like this, which is huge, could not be memorized within a few moments of thinking about it. But you've spent enough time on military vehicles to know something about this. You would know exactly where you are on the ship, which is the fourth deck, the fourth lower deck, which is prison quarters. Above that, you would have solar naval officer quarters. You'd have canteens, but you also know that every deck has a way to get to escape pods.
Would I have an idea where our stuff is?
You would know that being boarded onto one of these ships, your equipment would not be kept on this ship. Your equipment would have been stripped of you, and actually you all know that your equipment was stripped of you way before you got to this ship, immediately when you were arrested. And equipment like this is confiscated and taken to barracks and stored away. So you know, without even rolling a history check, that your equipment is nowhere on this ship.
Oh shit.
Okay. I am going to tell the party that and probably suggest you pop on a escape pod and get out of here.
Yeah.
Where would they have our stuff? Would it be back at port?
Be in the barracks.
Oh, okay.
So-
Zakaya doesn't know much about military life because she's never led any part of it. So she nods, and as if she does, she goes, "Oh, I see." She has no idea what barracks is, but she still goes, "I see. Thank you."
Roll me an insight check.
Oh, I'm pretty flipping insightful. I'll tell you that now.
Okay.
I'm not. So that's a 6 plus 4 plus 2. That's a 12.
That's a 12. You know that Sakai has absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
I'm not going to say anything.
Oh.
Aw.
Okay. You bite your tongue for a second while you look at this half-elf who is on a prison ship, miles away from her home, not knowing where she is. So yeah, that's where you guys are right now. What do you all want to do?
Where are these escape pods?
Yeah, I feel like this ship is rapidly filling with water.
I mean, Squiddy is literally beating the shit out of it, and we're just stood there having a conversation.
You hear in the background, but far off in the distance at the other side of the ship, I'm gonna strangle some humanoids. I'm gonna squeeze them out of their lungs, bash in the brains and have a nice time. And it just kind of peters off. But you hear Squiddy singing a lovely war crying song to himself.
He's having a wonderful time. We need to go.
Okay, so you all head towards the cell door, which is swinging off of its hinges.
Yes.
Lovely. So you head towards the door. It's very easy to pry open. It is literally swinging off its hinges. This ammunition round that's entered the side of the ship has basically battered everything that's in here. You pull it off its hinges and you walk out onto a very long corridor. This is like, this is 200 foot long, this corridor. It's incredibly heavily armored, but you see lots of, hatches with turn handles all along the side of it. You can see the red siren alarms going off, and you can hear footsteps above you on the upper deck running about in defensive and offensive positions.
Can I have a look around for an escape pod?
Yeah, you can. Roll me a perception check.
Oh, I'm rolling so badly tonight. That is okay. That's an 11.
Oh, an 11.
11.
Okay. You do see signs for the escape pods, and they lead all the way down that 200-foot long corridor that you're on, and then you take a sharp left and go up some stairs. But all those signs point that way.
Cool. I'm just gonna point forward and go. Let's get out. Let's just follow these signs and get out of here.
Yep. I'll follow closely with Ark. Yep.
I say walk. I'm gonna very much hobble because I have got a walking stick, and my left leg is not the best.
You hobble down this corridor, your cane, your walking stick, making this ding, kind of ringing sound every time it hits the metal floor. Zakaiya and Titus following steadfast behind you towards these steps. You look up these steps, and it's one of those staircases where if you peer over the side of it, you can look directly up to the floors above you or directly down to the floors below you. And there are signs that point to escape pods 2 floors above you.
Okay. So we just keep going up the stairs, boys?
Yep. Let's go.
I feel like you probably shouldn't go first, Ark.
The slightest little shock, and you could have a heart attack.
You could. I also don't want to be sort of, no offense, but standing in any more shit of yours in case you try and strain to break out of those chains.
I did kill 2 people at the same time, but yep, go for it. Go ahead, guys.
Ooh, feisty one.
We should have probably looked to see if there was any keys knocking about for those chains, but too late.
So Titus and Zakaiya, you guys go first and you make your way up these stairs. How are you climbing these stairs? Are you just simply walking up them? How are you ascending?
Just climbing with 1 foot at a time.
I think we're constantly aware of the fact that there are people rushing about, so we don't want to try and draw any attention to ourselves as well.
And the rattling chains aren't helping, so we're trying to be we're not rushing too much, because if we rush, we'll make more noise with the clicking and the clanging of chains. We're also walking slightly funny because we're all kind of bound.
Well, not me. But...
Well, not Titus. Yeah, not Titus. I was actually, do you know what? I just thought I could have asked Squiddy to undo me fucking chains. Oh, long may he reign. Titus is fine, but obviously me and Ark are very much binded by chains.
Everybody go ahead and make me stealth checks, please.
Ooh, okay. Oh my god. Oh, so bad tonight.
Ark got a 16 for stealth.
I said on the what was it called? Episode 0, whatever it's called.
Session 0.
Session 0.
Yeah.
That my character thinks he's like super stealthy. He basically thinks he's a rogue, but he's far too big, obviously, for all that. Yeah. Is this isn't going to help how big his ego's got because he got a nat 20.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, I've got a 16. Titus got a nat 20. And Zakaya, what did you get?
Given that I'm the lightest of the group, standing a mere 5'3", with well, actually, I should be probably a bit taller for an elf, maybe about 5'5". I got a 4, so I don't know how much noise I'm making.
You need to hold the handrails, don't you? You're just not very good on stairs.
Yeah, I haven't been to many stairs. I'm used to climbing trees. I'm a forest gal, me, so I'm just like clinging and rattling the stairs as I go, much to the annoyance of the other two.
Titus, as you ascend these stairs, nobody knows you're there. You are like the wind. You are invisible, even though this huge 7.5 foot tall, 300-pound wrestler has managed to ascend stairs with the dexterity of a gazelle, silently jumping from pillow to pillow, as if these stairs were pillows. You get to the 3rd floor with absolute ease. Ark and Zakaya, however, Ark, actually, you follow Titus in very quick succession. You don't draw any attention to yourself. You manage to kind of hide in amongst the dark corridor and follow Titus behind. Zakaya, you make it to the stairwell just below the 3rd floor. Like just below the 3rd floor where the escape pods are. And a whole bunch of guards see you, like 30 guards, all with armaments, all with swords, shields, and rifles, all see you.
Where are they in relation to me?
They are, right now, 60 feet away from you, all kind of around this massive cannon. Like this cannon is like 6 to 7 stories tall, sat on this ship, poking out of like an armament hole on the side of the boat, and they're all arming it. Like this cannon is so big, they need 30 people to work it. And they all turn and see you.
Oh, shit.
They say, hey, prisoners over there, seize them.
Oh my god, I can't call Squiddy again. Eventually he's gonna be like, new phone, who dis?
As you guys are talking and thinking about this, the soldiers start to advance on you. They have moved 30 feet. They are now 30 feet away from you, Zakaya.
Go on.
Sorry, I'm going to cast Fog Cloud. So I create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads around corners, and its area is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed disperses it. There's just like a big bank of fog just pours into the room.
Nice.
Cool. So you look down the stairs to where Zakaya is, and you see that Zakaya is in trouble. You see these troops advancing. You cast this fog cloud. It could, like, Zakaya, you're staring straight at these soldiers, and you suddenly see them disappear into this smog. This fog cloud just appears from nowhere, and you see your possible chance to get away.
Great. Okay. Can I use my athletics or my acrobatics to... I know it didn't go well for me the first time. Can I use it to, like, vault up the stairs and catch up to the guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me... how is it that you want to like, parkour up the stairs?
Yes. I would like to, basically climb onto, like, the handrail of the stairs, like a little ninja, and essentially just, like, climb up almost like I would a tree branch as opposed to a set of stairs.
Right, give me an acrobatics check.
Okay, so D20, yeah?
That's it.
That's the one. Hey, so 16.
16. You make it up these stairs, no problem. You join Titus and Ark on the 3rd floor where the escape pods are. It's pretty much like those French YouTube videos you see of parkour artists, like doing flips, standing in place, and like rolling about car parks and that kind of stuff.
Can you add some like Beastie Boys music on there?
Oh yeah,
just to make it a little bit more cool. Parkour. Hardcore.
Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and Staten, from the Bella Reefs to the top of Manhattan. Yeah, it's all this like boom bap music that's going off in the background, and you land right next to Titus and Ark.
Thank you for the fog. That was a really good call.
Yeah, you're welcome. Maybe next time try not to make so much noise.
Yeah, what was the problem?
I have no idea. I don't go on many. What do you call these things? What are they? Like iron trees?
Ships, but you do realise you like backflipped up the stairs. But you normally walking up the stairs, you made so much noise. Like, what is happening?
It was the adrenaline, man. I don't know.
Speaking of which, my character is very competitive. Can I attempt a backflip right now, please? Just a standing backflip.
You just want to do a standing backflip.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a athletics check.
Okay. So basically, she's just gone, oh yeah, sorry about that. And I've just gone, check this out.
He wants to impress his new friends.
18.
18.
Oh
Okay, so
you successfully do a standing backflip in place, and as you land,
I want you guys to completely no sell it as well. Just be like, okay.
Yeah, mate, you didn't need to do that. We're here now. Like you didn't need to do that. But,
not sure if everyone saw that, but I just did a standing backflip.
Titus, from down the corridor, you hear a bunch of guards running towards you, going, "That was really cool, but seize them, seize them!"
Can I leave these two and just run for the escape pods?
You can do. Everybody, give me perception checks to see if they can see where the escape pods are.
Okay. The fact that I've been really good at like ridiculous things, and then like, can you see where you're going? 4. No, it's like, yep. Shout out to the 2 crew.
Oh.
He's like, is the fog still there? No, it's gone. It's gone now.
Wandered into the fog.
Titus, in that moment, you don't hear where those voices are coming from because you're not perceiving anything. You're just you're in your own head, knowing how cool you were, just doing a standing backflip.
I think I'm really cool, but then I've just got a massive head rush and kind of need to have a sit down for a bit.
I like the idea that he's reliving that flip in his head. He's just daydreaming. He's daydreaming about his own flip.
Ark, what did you get on perception?
I got a 20, not natural.
Oh, nice. And Zakaya, what did you get?
I got 15.
15. Okay. Ark and Zakaya.
Poor Ark. He feels like just looking after us. Is it just?
He is very much the dad of the group so far. And being the dad of the group, you know your way around, you know directions very well. And you see straight ahead of you at the end of kind of this opening at the top of the ship, you see what looks like a cannon, but is pointing straight up into the air. And you see all the escape pod paraphernalia and signs around it saying escape hatch this way.
Yeah, I'm gonna point to it and just head towards it.
You can't really point, mate, because your wings are bound.
Beak. With his beak.
I'm gonna beak towards it. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Titus, roll me a perception check to see if you see Ark pointing towards this escape pod.
What's worse than shout out to the 2 crew?
No!
It's a nat 1.
That one.
Okay.
So they capture him, yeah?
Titus, you don't see Ark and Zakaya point towards this this escape hatch.
Because I've blacked out, apparently.
You're still reliving the backflip in your mind as these guards, like 30 of these guards, are now rushing towards you, and they are 30 feet away from you.
I'm gonna cast command.
I've literally got my eyes closed. Sorry, that's what's happened here. I've gone from daydreaming about the backflip to shutting my eyes to get a more perfect memory of it. And you look around
dreamily,
and see me with a ridiculous grin on my face, my eyes closed, and hundreds of men in this ship coming to kill us.
What did you just say you were going to cast?
Command.
You cast command on Titus, I imagine.
Yes, and
Okay.
right, Titus, you to make a wisdom saving throw. You to beat a 14.
What's this? Otherwise, you just get control of me. Is this?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. It's probably for the best, to be honest. So I've got to beat a 14.
Yeah.
I would try not to beat a 14.
Oh, shit. 15.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Okay, yeah, that is my last spell slot as well. So there we go.
So sorry.
So you cast command on Titus, who is still reliving this backflip in his head as these guards hurtle towards him.
I would have shouted follow. That was my command, follow. But obviously it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Titus, you don't hear this.
Can I use shape water to splash a bit of water on his face, try and rouse him from this daydream of himself?
You absolutely can, Amy, and it's just a cantrip, isn't it? Shape water.
It's just cantrip.
Okay, fine. So that just happens. You splash water in Titus. As Zakaya splashes water in your face, which is clearly lying about the deck. You know, we're on a ship. The salty air, it corrodes. There's all this. Roll me an insight check.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm sorry that this has got down to such a macro level, by the way, everybody. With rolling for
just
noticing
leave
if people are pointing towards things.
I just want to just wipe that daft grin off his face.
Got a 7.
Got a 7.
Ollie thought, like, yeah, we have a really big battle at the start,
Yeah.
we have loads, and then he thought, yeah, we have this really epic escape where they quickly run out and get to the escape pods. Nope.
No.
Titus, you are still reliving this backflip in your head. You can't get anything out of your head. But these guards have now used the rest of their movement to get right up to you, and there are 3 of them who are in range of you, and they're going to attack you. Okay, that's a 22 to hit, a 12, and a 22 to hit.
Yeah, 2 of those hit.
2 of those hit. Okay, I'll roll damage. Titus, you take 12 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
I'm really, really messed up.
These 30 guards, which they're in a corridor, you're on the edge of a corridor, so there's not room for all 30 of them to get round you, but the guys at the front lance these lances into you, but they do. They pierce their lances into the side of you, piercing your grey charcoal skin, and you see blood start to pour out from you. And you know in that moment the backflip disappears from your mind, and you are back on this ship with Ark and Zakaya behind you, and you know exactly what's going on now. Yeah, that's what's happened. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh my God. We were so close to getting out of this.
Oh, of course, yes. 17 when we need to have a fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Christ's sake.
I rolled a 22.
Ooh.
Right.
I rolled a 4. I'll get at the end of the queue. You go ahead.
Okay, Ark, you are up first. What do you do? There's 30 guards. Like, there's 3 who have stabbed Titus in his arm and in his torso, and there are another 27 guards behind those guards. What would you like to do?
Can I use my movement and action to try and drag Titus further back towards these escape pods?
Yeah, you totally can. Yeah, so you want to use an action to kind of grab him and bring him with you, and then move your movement.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Titus, I'm going to ask you this. Now that you're back in the room and you've been stabbed, and Ark is about to grab your arm, would you go willingly?
I think the way I'm feeling right now, as much as I love a good fight, I have... Should I say how much HP I've got now?
Yeah, absolutely. Do it.
Yeah, I've got 3 HP, so right, how about we get out of here right now?
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Just surrender. We can get Squiddy to rescue you. And then I look at Ark and I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go. Just going to leave him here. What was that? Nothing.
We'll save you. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Yes, I'm going to try. I'm going to grab him and I'm going to try and put my body between him and those 3 guards.
The half-dead bird person is protecting me. As he does this, by the way, I whisper it to him. Do you think another backflip would help right now, or...?
No, it will not help.
So Ark and Titus, Ark, you use your action to grab him. You use your 30 feet of movement to get 30 feet closer to these escape
25
pods.
feet.
This escape, 25 feet, sorry, so you use 25 feet. So this escape pod is now 35 feet away from you and Titus. Titus, you haven't used any of your movement because you've willingly gone with this person who's dragged you away. Titus, you are linking arms with an old bird person. What would you like to do?
I feel like I should just... We've already travelled 25 feet there. I don't know, because I don't want to leave... Is your plan, Zach, when it gets to you, to run, to get Squiddy? What's the plan here for you? Because I don't want to just leg it, but I also realised I probably shouldn't be anywhere near a fight with 3 HP left.
I think we should leg it. I was willing to leg it back when you were still fantasizing about your athletic ability.
So
I am more ready for this than ever.
So, if you're going to run as well, could I use my movement to pick up Ark as well to travel with me, like reverse what Ark just did to me, or is that? You can
absolutely do that. You can So in Ark's action of moving you away together with him, you can return the favor and pick him up and move towards the escape pod.
You're doing like cartwheels.
Yeah, basically playing. Have you seen that Steam game called Mount Your Friends? Basically that.
So I toss Ark over my shoulder and I assume that and then we'll just move 30 feet closer to the escape pods.
Okay, so you are currently 5 feet away from the entrance to the escape pod. Titus, that's your movement. You have actions and bonus actions. Would you like to do anything else? In fact, you've used your action to pick Ark up and move, but you do have a bonus action.
Okay, yeah. So I'll take down the 2 straps of my singlet off both shoulders and rage, please.
Okay. Titus goes into a rage. Titus, this is the first time that your new bird person friend and your new half-elf friend have ever met you, ever seen you. What does it look like when you fully go into rage?
Take the toothpick out, which means you know I'm being serious now. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I'm wearing this. The bottom half of me has this sort of animal skin kill, but underneath that and stretching up over my torso is a wrestling singlet, and akin to Kurt Angle would be the name that I would reach for. Just pulls pulls each strap of the singlet down and just screams at the top of his lungs. Just ready to have a fight while simultaneously running 55 feet away from any challenge right now.
Oh my God.
Titus, you unsheath yourself from this singlet and rage. Your muscles flex. You see the veins in your arms grow even heartier. You have become instantly resistant to various types of damage. This is you fully raging. That is the end of your turn. Zakaya, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm kind of distracted by like Bruce Banner on roids over there. He's staring off his face on rage. So I mean, we're in this fight now. I'll be honest, I was kind of ready to leg it and like limbering up for those escape pods, but I realized that my companion might not make it, so I'm gonna have to turn and fight. I am gonna use my first level spell, Thunderwave.
Fine. Okay. So you're right next to these solar naval officers who have just attacked
Yes.
your friends and who have legged it away. So
Mhm.
yeah, you can turn and do this.
Yep.
I just now need to make what save was it? Constitution.
Yes. Yeah, attack
Right.
save, Constitution 13.
Okay, I now need to make 30 Constitution saving throws. So bear with me while the maths goes on in the background. Here we go.
God, Ollie, I'm sorry. I didn't realise that it was going to be quite that. I can retract it. I can.
No, absolutely not. We're doing this,
Just-
Sophia. It is.
I love Ark's voice just quietly there going, no.
I want to hit every one of these dice roll.
Oh my god,
It is.
amazing. Well, I'll tell you
Right.
what, as soon as I've just cast Thunderwave on 30 people, you can tell I'm new to spellcasting. We're 2 hours into recording. Can I go for a wee? While you're doing the maths.
Yes, please. If everybody
Alright.
would like to go for a wee, I will stay and
It's
record
break.
this. But Ark, if you don't need one, you can hear all these rolls.
Yeah, go for it. Here we go. Number 1. Oh, can you hear my
What do I
cat
need-
there as well?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, good do.
No.
I thought there's
I
a
didn't
wail
just-
of someone being hit with this thunder wave.
I didn't just roll a cat, by the way, everybody. I rolled a dice. Okay, here we go. Fail. Fail.
Yes.
Fail.
Yes.
Fail.
Yeah.
Fail. Fail. Fail.
Yes.
Fail. Fail.
Oh,
Fail.
oh.
Fail. Fail. So that's 12. Now I'm going to
Yeah.
do it in twos. 2 fails.
Oh.
Oh my god, what is going on? 2 more fails.
So wait. Just before you roll any more, this is what happens. So this is to hit them or to finish them off, or what is this? Is 16
This is
we're
to
at.
take. This is to take full damage. If they fail, they take full damage. If they succeed, they take half damage.
And this is 30 people, and so far we're at 16, all of which have failed.
Also,
Yeah,
if you
all
fail,
of-
you get pushed 10 foot away.
Yeah. Okay, I did 16, so 17 and 18. Fail.
Oh,
Fail again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fail. Fail. More fails.
Can we
Oh
just
my
say
God,
when she
more
comes back,
fails.
just go like, yeah, no, they all succeeded.
yeah.
And number 29 and 30. What are the odds of this happening?
No.
What are the odds of
Yes.
every single person, every single soldier failing?
So OP. That's amazing.
That's mad. Okay, I'm astounded
Right,
that that's happening.
Back, lads.
Oh,
Guess who's back with a brand new rap?
oh,
Oh,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Zakaya.
no, trust
Oh,
me.
Zakaya.
Oh god, what have I done? I already missed Squiddy and his soft, flaccid embrace.
So, while you were away having a wee, I
Yep, I
did
was.
the Constitution saving throws,
Okay,
which Ark and Titus were present for.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And Zakaya, just tell me what happens on a success and what happens on a fail, would you please?
When it hits a creature successfully, it electrifies the living shit out of it, I believe is the Latin. You see the skeleton, its hair stands up on end like Sum 41, and it literally just crumbles into a twisted, mangled hump of flesh. On an unsuccessful one, which I have a horrible feeling is what's happened here, they feel a little, you know, like when you turn the telly on and it goes, and you go, ooh, you know, it's that. They get a static shock.
Well, Zakaya,
Hmm.
though I've never had to roll 30 Constitution saving throws in a row ever
I
in
feel
my
like that's
life.
more than I did for GCSE maths. I'm so proud.
I don't know why I wrote 30 things in to attack you. I think I wanted to make it menacing. All these people that you attacked failed and failed miserably. So
What?
they are all going to take full damage and they're all going to be pushed 10 feet backwards. So please, Amy Mallet, because I'm not calling you fucking Zakaya anymore, roll your damage.
Oh my god. Shit off.
Don't forget, this is the person who was attached to a sucker and biting her own cheek about an
This
hour
is the
ago.
person. This is the person who has a hangover and a fat lip, and she's just like Thor, just god of thunder the whole battlefield. Okay. How do I calculate damage for this? Sorry, I've done the.
Roll 2d8.
Oh yeah, I rolled it already. Sorry, that's why I was confused. 7. I got 7.
Okay. Yeah. All 30 of these soldiers are dead.
Wow. Okay. Shall I describe how this goes down?
Zakaya, tell me
Yeah.
exactly what happens when you fry these soldiers.
Okay. So I let out a piercing shriek, raise my hand to the sky, sparks dance on my fingertips, and I throw my arm forward and send out a huge, thunderous wave down this ship. Because all of these guards are also standing on a wet deck, the thunder and the lightning just ignites and it becomes an electrified battlefield. It's a little bit like an old school anime Pikachu moment where everything is just like totally obliterated with bright light. I actually have to put my hand, well actually I can't put my hand because I'm bound, but I can sort of like squint and look down because the light and the brightness of the shock is too much for even me to look at. And then when the spark and the explosion has cleared, there's just a littering of smoking bodies laying on the deck, some still sparking a little bit, little trails of smoke wisping off the ends of their fried hair, and sort of their kind of charred insides, as I just sort of look really shocked and then turn around, look at my companions who look fucking terrified.
You fry 30 soldiers all at once, like it was a bag of chips going into a fryer.
In the first
and
episode, man. Whew. I'm pumped. I'm having some more rum.
You guys are out of combat. Well done. Yeah, you've killed every assailant who knows where you are currently. Titus
Would you like
and
to do
Ark,
another backflip to celebrate, Titus?
But I love the visual of me being like, I'll show her, do one backflip, get so obsessed with it that I cause it to have a battle that she then just obliterates everyone.
What are you all doing?
Oh, having a lie down, I think, to be honest. So let's get to these escape pods. Let's get out of here. We need to go get our stuff back. We don't want them to start selling all of our memorabilia, do we?
With the guys who have been fried, can we have a look? Can we take some of their stuff?
Ooh.
They've got crossbows and stuff, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, they did have crossbows.
And
Yeah.
short swords and shields.
Very true. If everybody wants to roll me a collective investigation check as you walk over to these hoisin crispy fried officers, that'd be great.
That's not nice.
I got an unnatural 20.
Oh, okay.
Did
I
you?
only got an 8.
Unnatural. Unnatural, not natural.
Unnatural. Titus, what did you get?
12.
Zakaya?
I only got an 8.
Yeah, okay, fine. So, not Titus, sorry. Ark, you walk over to these fried soldiers, and yeah, there are a bunch of swords. There are a bunch of short swords. All the crossbows, unfortunately, because they were made out of wood, have warped in the heat. So you could take one, but you would have disadvantage firing one.
Okay.
And with an unnatural 20, you find about 20 gold amongst all of these.
Hey.
So
Hey,
you
pickpocket.
could pouch all of that. You could pouch all of that up if you want to. But yeah, you find there's some short swords, there's some broad swords like long swords. A couple of them further back had one of them had a great axe. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. What do you guys want?
Well, first of all, can I ask my dear friend Titus, other friend, mutual friend Squiddy, can you please cut these chains for me? If you grab yourself a broadsword, could you like slice them?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because then I can actually wield a weapon.
That's a very good idea. And if I do that, will you tell me how you lost your arm? Or
Don't push it, mate. Don't push it.
okay,
We've just met.
fair enough. I've just seen what you just did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Who's picking up what weapons?
So-
Can I have a short sword and a shield, please?
You can add those to your inventory.
Thank you.
Zakaya, anything that take your fancy from the long sword, the short sword. There are a couple hand axes and one great axe as well.
Did you say there were crossbows too, or have they all been incinerated, basically?
You find a crossbow that was kind of towards the back of the pack, where
didn't take the full front of the shock.
Took all the damage of the person firing the lightning or thunder damage at the soldier. But yeah, you find this crossbow that isn't as charred and isn't as completely split in half as, say, some of the others. You do know, looking at the crossbow, though, that you think you'll probably get a few uses out of it before it becomes jammed or damaged or unusable.
Okay. Cool.
And of course, you find some arrows on all the guys in their little packs.
I'll take a hand axe. Somehow I don't think my little skinny form is going to be enough for a great axe, but I will definitely take a hand axe and I'll take a crossbow, so I'll add that to my inventory.
Add those to your inventory. Titus, what do you see that you might like?
I think the great axe really does take my fancy here. I don't know. What do you reckon? Is it worth me picking up a sword as well, or is it just
got the bulk to carry it?
Yeah, I'll grab a. Is there a long sword? Did you say, Ollie?
Yep, there's a long sword there.
I might as well grab one of them as well. So I'll take a great axe and a long sword.
Great. So you all rifle through these dead soldiers. You take all of their gear, and yeah, you have all this gear on you now. The escape pod is 60 feet away from you. You can hear on the upper decks, like even upper decks, that chaos is still looming. This ship is still under attack. And down the corridor that all those soldiers came from, 30 more soldiers appear and say, "Get them! Seize them now!" And they start heading towards you.
No.
I'm going to get in the escape pod. I'm just going to get in the escape pod.
Right, yeah, I'll cut you. I promise I'll cut you free once we've got away, because I'm still hurting quite a lot, to be honest.
Yeah. And also, Ark is getting real tired of our shit.
Ark, very quickly, I realised that you've got in there. Is there time for one more backflip?
My hand hovers over like the go button.
Okay, I'm in the escape pod.
Yeah, okay, I run with those guys.
There's a bit of me, just to let you know, guys, that there was a tiny part of me that thought about backflipping into the escape pod, but I was pushing my luck, so I just got in.
Let's go. Any buttons I can hit?
Yeah, you look around the room. You see a launch button. You see also around the room, without just your passive perception, you see lots of warning signs telling you that you must be strapped in if you are to ride in this escape pod. And then a countdown timer happens. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I strap myself in too.
4,
I just strap the others. I
3,
strap.
2, 1.
I strap them both in and then strap myself in. I just realised that you two can't strap yourselves in, so I strap you both in and strap me in.
Thank you, Titus. Safety first.
The metal doors slam tightly shut, and you hear a sequence of cogs turning and clicking while pressured pistons internally explode. You defy gravity and are sent shooting out of the escape barrel with the force of an arcane rocket blasting into the atmosphere. The pod rumbles and shakes as you're forced back into your seat while your eyes and organs cling to their biomatter for dear life. This is like being on Space Mountain and not knowing that the drop is coming, and your head just gets buried into your chest with your neck under all this G-force and pressure. There is sudden relief as you see through the portholes. The colours change from black night to brilliant day. You see the horizon, where the sea meets the sky and sounds of birds caw over the ocean. It's so tranquil up here that you might have thought you'd just died. But then, with the yaw of the pod on its atmospherical axle, you begin falling, and falling fast. Guys, you're in the air, you're in this escape pod. You are all very well and truly strapped in. Everybody needs to give me strength saves now, please.
Oh crap. It's a 6.
It's a 6.
It's a 6.
I got a 16.
You got a 16. Okay. The pod hits the water. The sound of birds cawing in the sky turn distant and faint as you dive into the depths of the water. You now welcome the sound of water and bubbles bursting around the capsule, and you hear a soft and slow beeping on the control panel ahead of you with an electronic voice that goes, "EPOD version 111.24a activated, autopilot enabled." And that's where we'll end our session.
Oh. Guys, that was wicked. That was so sick. Oh.
Squiddy. I love Squiddy.
And let's not forget if we ever need to do any really major roles, Amy has to go to the toilet because apparently
Prime me, I'll make sure I've got something in the tank.
Thank you so much for playing today, guys. The first episode, it's been so good. Squiddy is definitely a highlight. But
yeah,
if you want to follow us on social medias, we're Dice Death Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Not on Bebo. Decided to scrap that one, or Ancestry.com. We're not going to go for that one. Yeah, I know. I looked into it. Bebo doesn't exist, so can't do that. Jamie, if people really liked you, I mean, we'll see. But if they really liked you, how can they follow you on social media?
Get me on Twitter. So I'm at Jemu1987.
Nice. Get him on the tweets. Amy, if people want to follow you and see what you're up to, what's your social medias?
My social medias. So on Twitter, I am at Amy Mallet, Mallet. And then on Instagram, I have the rather wanky title of, I think it's at, I think therefore I Amy. But if you put Amy Mallet in, I'll come up,
Yeah. Notice I'm making you guys say your own names now so I don't fuck them up so much. And Adam, what are you? Make it easy for us. What are you on the social medias?
On everything, Twitter, Instagram. Go and check out how close a resemblance I have to my Titus character. At Adam Wilbourn, WILBOURN.
Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you for playing. Thank you to all my players for playing today. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.